3 reasons why you need hypnotherapy. The easiest way to reprogram your mind is through your subconscious. It's not like what you see on TV. It's more like a lovely guided meditation. It's 3 times more powerful than willpower alone. Trust your subconscious. It knows more than you do. And hello. What up?
How are you? It's weird when you're like
I know it's different. Usually she's at her house and usually I'm here. So yeah, it's better this way. I think it's fun.
And then I have a camera over here too, so I keep looking over there because it's like there's a person over
Camera
there.
one. Camera one. So today we're talking about our favorite podcasts, our top 5 favorite podcasts. So we listen to podcasts. I hope you do too, because they're very informative.
Yes.
And then really all the stuff they have on TV nowadays is crap right now anyway. So listen to what the people have to say. That's what I say.
Absolutely. And I'm actually new to the whole podcast thing. So like it's only just like a year since I like discovered podcasts.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was your first? What was your beginning?
Your Mog's show, I think.
Mog?
Or
Okay.
maybe it was your sister's.
Maybe.
It was your sister's and Mog's was on her show, or it was Mog's. One of them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out to Mogs. So yeah, that's Mogi on Monster. He has a show called WTF, called What's the Fascination?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a good show. I get on there a lot. He's a friend of ours. And yeah.
And your sister's show, she just changed the name.
Yeah, my sister has a show and it is called Sasquatch Secrets. Used to be formerly Hoodwinks.
Harry Man
Hoodwinks and Hoaxes. So she has a Bigfoot show. And we have our show about being your true authentic self, just authentic stuff, just us being us, basically, right?
Yep, we're weird.
We've always been weird. Everybody knows that. That's nothing new.
Right.
So what kind do you like to watch? What do you mostly like to watch?
I like to watch stuff that I'm learning stuff. So I've always been a nerd, and I've always been a truth seeker, I guess you would call me. It's what people call it. I don't know. Some people call me a conspiracy theorist, but
there's no such thing. They only made up that word.
Like that term.
That is a made up word that they made up just so to cover their asses because
Right.
people were finding shit out.
Right. I've always been I've always wondered things, and I've always been a question person, as you know, like super, super giant question person. And other people, I don't get why people just take things like as they're told, and they don't because a lot of things that we're told don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand things that don't make sense.
So question everything, people. Do your own research. Even the stuff we talk about.
Yeah.
Like you might agree with us or whatever, but you should still always do your own research because that's very important to form your own truth. That's what life's all about, is finding your own truth and seeing if you can decipher, or what's the word? Discern.
Right. Use your discernment. Like, don't just do your own research, but also do your own experimenting or experiencing, because we can do just live, experience it. Don't just,
And just because someone says so, we're going to go ahead and believe that, because we're finding out a lot of things that we were taught are so, right? They're not the way that they seemed they were.
Right. And I've noticed, for me, it's when you just trust people and then the system just lets you down,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's oh shit, okay, I can't just trust things. So I got to figure stuff out for myself.
Yeah.
So I like to watch people that are about truth, about teaching you about cool stuff that maybe, we don't get taught.
different perspectives.
Yeah, different perspectives. I love it when somebody just says things how they are. So should I start first? Should I go first?
You can go first. Yeah,
First favorite podcast
you can.
is Archaics. Jason Bashir's. He is like his data, and I love that he doesn't embellish or like he sticks to like the data, and he actually has the data.
Mm-hmm. How did he gather that data?
He gathered it over like 26 years of his story is very interesting actually. He was in prison for 26 years, and
wow,
he's read like all of these books, and
that's a long time to be in prison, dude.
He's the only person that I've ever listened to that the things that he says make sense for me based off of the things I've experienced in my life and curiosities and little weird things that I know, because as you know, I've always like been weird and knowing like weird things,
mysterious things. Yeah,
to me, the stuff he says makes sense for me, and because he has the data to back it up, it's. And I don't know. I feel like he just, you can feel he's genuine. He doesn't have any kind of like agenda other than providing the information. So people have the information, which is what everybody deserves. Everybody deserves to have as much information as there is, right? So,
yes.
Anybody sharing information, which I think it's cool how he doesn't monetize it like a lot of people take advantage of. I mean, I get that you have to do that for,
everybody's got to make, you got
right. I totally get that, but like, you don't got to like become Walmart, or like take advantage of it. Like some people do, but so, Archaics is definitely, for the data and all, like he fits all of my nerd data, checks all my nerd boxes.
Tell us what kind of data.
Just like geologically, like a lot of like, because I'm into geology, and a lot of geology and stuff that we're told doesn't look right to me. It just doesn't seem like it makes sense. But the way that he explains it, it does make sense. Like he talks about the vapor canopy. And
what's that?
It was the time period before the flood. So like before the Noah flood that's in the Bible, there was not like, it was like a vapor canopy. So you didn't see like a blue sky because there was like a vapor in the air. It was like a fine mist was.
Really?
Yeah. So because of that, like the oxygen concentration is different. So it makes everything kind of different. The environmental properties on Earth would be different. Like people would heal faster. Things would be bigger. It's just, I don't know. It's fascinating to realize that the world that we live in is not the world that they tell us we live in.
It's not the world we learned about in school.
No, we live in an amazing place, and literally anything is possible. So
yeah, I think that people are a lot more amazing than they let us on to believe too. They made us feel small, like that we were like kind of like we were victims to certain.
Right, and we are all creators. We all have like the ability to do that. And the thing that I really love, that one of the lessons one of the things that Jason talks about is, when you want something or there's something that you see, like for example, there's things that I see in my future that I just see, and I don't sit and try to figure out every little detail of how I'm going to get from point A to point B, because I realize that there is something that is helping, right? There is a helping factor to whatever this place is. And I know that if I want to get there and I move in that direction, that it will work out. Those steps will fall in place as I go through them. And so far, everything keeps working like that.
Yep. And as long as you believe that too, then it will work that way.
Right.
But the second you doubt yourself, then things will not work that way for you.
And you've been a big help with that. Like, I don't know if you're hypnotizing me is I know that my mind was starting to open to things, but if that just made it
It does.
more,
It does. So like when you open up, when you connect to your subconscious and you connect your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, it just constant. It keeps on opening doors.
right.
It just keeps on. You give it that cue that you're going to go ahead and do something to better your situation and your life and yourself. And so once you give it that cue, it's open and it's going to start pouring in. But nobody knows that. So until you try to make that connection, it's like blocked.
Right. And too, like when people when they want something and they try to manifest something and they try to work out all the different ways to get to that thing, when they try to be so specific about it, they're like discounting all the other ways.
Yeah. Right. And that's the other thing too. You have to be open to everybody's perception, everybody's point of view, everybody's I know. It's causing trouble. So you have to be open to everybody else's stuff too, because you can't think that only your way is right, because you'll never be right until you realize that everything you think you know, you really don't know.
Yeah, there's so much we don't know, but that is so cool because that means we get to like discover it. So to me, like life is an adventure. So yeah, all the podcast people they're kind of like they have that kind of an outlook on life. So
yeah, that's a good one.
How about
I'm
you?
gonna check that one out. So what is the name of it again?
Archaics.
Okay, I've checked that one out. I've listened to a few before.
Yeah.
Okay, so my turn is next. So I've been listening to podcasts for a while because I used to be a home hospice worker. So I would do a lot of traveling because I would go to people's houses to take care of them. So I was on the road all day, and so I'd be listening to podcasts all day. Now I listen to so many different kinds.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go anywhere from I started out with like haunted ones, paranormal stuff. I love this one called murder. Oh shoot, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. I don't listen to it anymore, but I like murder stuff. To talk like all the murderers and like all the history about that and stuff. I don't know what was going on with me, but like right before I went through this huge change in my life, I was like so into serial killers and I wanted to know everything and all this morbid shit.
That's interesting though.
Isn't that weird?
I think it's interesting. I mean, it's dark and like a lot of people don't like to go there, but I find everything interesting. So.
Yeah. Well, it is one of my favorite ones. So I will mention it. It's my favorite murder.
Oh, okay.
It's got two comedians that are they're the ones.
Oh, okay.
And so they are so funny. Each of them finds a story about a murder that happened, and they talk about it, and it's hilarious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so that is a really great one. Now that one's not on my list.
Is it still going?
Oh yeah,
okay.
It's so awesome. They're
check
funny, dude. So that's my favorite murder. You'll have to check that one out.
I love things that make me laugh. So
but yeah, so I would go anywhere from like Bigfoot to that. But after I stopped working, I started looking at stuff that was more enlightening, and I was making a big change in my life. So I started listening to this guy called Aaron Doherty. Aaron Doherty? Yeah, Doherty. So he is he was a regular person. He just was searching for more in his life. He was a shoe salesman. He had childhood trauma, and he wanted to resolve it. He wanted to heal from it. So his healing journey is all on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
So he went from that to now he's a very well-known spiritual coach or law of attraction coach.
Oh, wow.
He's a business coach. I've even taken some of his courses. And so I watched his whole thing. When I started watching him, he's about where I am now. Starting out a podcast, starting out having stuff here and there. He just had become a hypnotherapist also. So he's a coach. I don't know if that's his main deal now, but it's just something under his belt, the hypnotherapy. But his main deal now is pretty much he's a law of attraction coach.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
He's amazing. His whole deal is to help people expand their consciousness.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so that's his jam, and he's amazing. So I've been following him for 5 years now. So that's my first one. So I listen to him almost every day for the last 5 years. He always has something smart to say, something helpful.
You know what's the coolest thing about podcasts that I found is like I didn't realize that there's this many like awesome people in the world.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, God, thank you. Because I was like getting scared for a minute.
I think so too. I think finding podcasts that you resonate with It is helpful in that way. It
It
makes you
is.
feel not so alone. It makes you feel
Yeah.
like there's somebody else.
And like we've made friends too,
Mhm.
you know, and like like it's neat. It's neat to have like a camaraderie. And I know like your sister and all of those guys, all the Bigfoot community people, they like do trips and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And
They do
that's
meetups.
cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
I know that's what like Archaics has had a couple of meetups too, I believe. That's neat when people do that.
Mhm.
I feel like I have to say we have to talk about Glenn, dude.
Well, Glenn, remember Glenn? Yeah.
So
yeah, actually, if you want to take it way back, that's the very first one I started listening to.
Oh, Rise and Grind.
Yeah, before I even started listening to anything.
Yeah.
Because you know what happened? What happened was he came out with that and he got that journal going.
Right.
So Sarah, remember Sarah? Sarah and I,
Mhm.
she bought me that journal for my birthday or for Christmas or something. And that was actually the very beginning, I would say. Part of the beginning, it's part of the beginning of my transformation. My transformation probably happened with my mom passing away, because that's what will happen.
Right.
When your parent dies, something crazy is going to happen. You're going to make a really big life change.
Yeah, so Glenn Lundy, he is the host of Rise and Grind, which is a very popular podcast. He is a friend of ours that actually we've known since kindergarten. So he is my brother from another mother. Yeah, Glenn and I were in the gifted program together when we were little, and we were all in school together, all through school until we graduated high school. So it's super cool to see his story, because we know he's real, and he's a very real person, and his story is absolutely real, and he is an amazing person in real life. Everybody, he's always been like that. I remember when we were like 6th or something, he asked me if I wanted to go out with him, and I told him that I could only go out with my brother and my cousin. And then my brother went to spring dance with his sister in 8th grade.
She was cool too.
Yeah, Tina, she was awesome. So shout out to Glenn
Shout
Lundy.
out to Glenn Lundy and
Rise and Grind.
Rise and Grind. What does he call it? It's the 800 Club or something.
Yeah, the 800 Club. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he's my too.
He's in the next one?
He's my next one.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Do you have more to say?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess I'll go to my next one. My next one is, I listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza a lot. So he's a doctor. Is he a psychiatrist? I was looking it up right now. So he's not. He's a scientist, you guys. A scientist, dude.
Isn't he a neurologist or a neuro something?
He is a scientist. He has a science degree, and what he talks about is healing, basically. So he talks about healing and quantum healing, and so quantum healing has a lot to do with time, space.
He healed himself.
Yeah, he healed himself.
I totally believe in the stuff that he talks about.
Mm-hmm. He's done research, and what he works on is what it's called so he's in the field of neuroscience.
Oh, okay.
So neuroscience. So he talks about epigenetics and quantum physics, you guys. That's how he heals himself. He does that through meditation, and he does that through working with the law of attraction. Mm-hmm. So I'm into that shit. I'm really into that.
Absolutely. I believe that. I think that, it's possible to do, people do like mental surgery and stuff on themselves.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, now after going to the school I went to, which was Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, I learned so much over there that I didn't know. Your body can do so many things, your body and your mind together, and your emotions and your body together. Shoot, we are amazing. They never told us how amazing we can heal ourselves. You don't need any of that stuff that they give us.
Like, this is a simulation and everything is coding, or that if this is any type of construct at all whatsoever, then anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And if you believe it, then it's true. If you don't believe anything is possible, well, then you're right. It's not possible for you.
Right. But for me, it is. For me, anything is possible.
So he believes in making changes in your consciousness to create your experience. Because your thoughts are your things. Whatever you are bringing attention to is what will come about. And it's true too. I've watched it happen in my own life, and I keep doing it over and over again. And I suck, but I'm getting better.
I know. It's hard. It's hard, even when you know that. it's hard to not fall into that trap.
'Cause we're human.
Especially we're human and we're programmed so bad to like do the opposite of the things that we're supposed to be doing. You have to literally be always paying attention to it.
You do. And as soon as a negative thought comes in your mind, you have to smash it right away. And because you know what, those negative thoughts are usually not true. So you have to stop and say, like, that's not true. And then you have to tell yourself what is the truth. And that's how you make the change. Because what Dr. Joe Dispenza says is that nobody changes until they change their energy. And this is so true. If you change your energy, that's when you can change your life.
Yep. And first, though, you have to change inside.
Every change is going to come from the inside out.
Right. And you have to sometimes change how you look at things, because if you don't change how you're looking at a situation, then you're just going to do the same thing that you always do. And so your situation's never going to change. And then you're going to blame the other things on the outside of you for your situation never changing. But it's really because you've never like looked inward and you've never looked at it differently. So therefore you've never behaved differently. Like you've got to try to take yourself out of the situation, pull yourself back and look at it like you're looking at a group of people that you don't know, that you are not related to, and look at the situation like that.
Yeah, you've got to believe, you got to take you got to see the bigger picture. You have to take a look back and take yourself out and realize that your way is not the only way.
And realize too that so many things that are possible that we haven't been told of. So why not believe in your ability to heal yourself? Women, for example, like I made 2 human people that have grown and that are intelligent and they're their own people, and my body made them inside of my body.
That's a trip.
Without me even thinking about it. Like I didn't have to go, okay, crap, like today I gotta like somehow make the hair like I didn't have to do that. Yeah. Like my body knew what to do, and I made a person. Like, dude, if we can make people, we should be able to heal like anything, because I made a whole person. Like all by myself with all the ingredients already in there.
So another thing Dr. Joe Dispenza says is that if you want a new outcome, you have to break the habit of being yourself and reinvent your new self to have a new outcome. And I like shit like that. That's my jam.
Yeah. And you don't have to get rid of your old self, because who you are, every part of you is always a part of you.
True.
But it doesn't have to be the driver.
And yeah, you don't have to. You can change. You can change at any point in time. You don't have to ask anybody's permission. You can change what you're feeling and what mood you're in at any point in time. You don't have to do anything or ask anybody's permission. It doesn't matter what manic episode you just had. If you don't want to feel that way anymore, you can change the way you feel at any second in time. That is your choice. You're choosing the feeling. So just remember that. You don't have to feel any way that you don't want to feel.
Right. You always have a choice. Always.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff he
Right
says.
there.
Which ones?
When our behaviors match our intentions. Yes. When our actions are equal to our thoughts. When our minds and our bodies are working together. When our words and our deeds are aligned. There is an immense power behind any individual.
Nice.
Freaking.
Woo woo. Dr. Joe Dispenza. Yeah, dude, you got to match your intentions. How can you expect to get what you want if you're not matching your intentions? You know, everything's a vibration.
Like, I want my backyard to look good, so I have been busting my butt, yo.
Yeah, you have, and it looks amazing too.
I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but I've been busting my butt, yo. And I've cut a lot of wood. My wood's gonna look really cool, though. I'm gonna make this cute little bin thing. Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna make electroculture.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Flower box.
Tell us what that is.
So I'm going to incorporate copper wire into the flower box, and then have it go down the wood and into the soil. So so that it's like electroculture rods, but it'll be actually like incorporated into the flower box. So it'll look cool.
And what does it do?
And
What does the
it
copper do?
induces an electrical current into the soil, and it helps with
It makes
growth.
the plant healthier?
Yep. It makes them bigger. It makes them grow faster.
Dude, that's cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Supposedly, too, I've heard that placing fruit underneath a pyramid, doesn't matter what it's made of, for some reason preserves
really?
the fruit. Yeah. So I was going to try to make a pyramid out of wood and copper and see what happens.
Do it. Did you know there's
preserve
this
it.
thing you can buy that you can sit underneath and meditate? It's like a copper, it's got a crystal in the middle and it's got a copper like frame, and you just get in it and do your meditation, and it's supposed to really create like a vortex.
Really?
Yeah.
I also heard, I think it was, maybe it's on autodidactic, which is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. You're next.
Okay, so
go ahead.
Autodidactic. Campbell with Autodidactic is mine. And next favorite podcast, again, because I'm a nerd. And I first saw him because he was talking about Tartaria, which is something that's super interesting to me, because I've always wondered about the architecture and the buildings and stuff that they say that we built when like we didn't have any electricity and stuff like that, and it's like super perfect and like so perfect we can't even tell that it's that perfect. So how or why would they go through the trouble of making it like that when you can't? You know, it just So he Autodidactic. He talks about a lot of the architecture and a lot of different things, star forts that there's all over the world. Star forts are like cities, and they're built in like these sacred geometry, star geometric shapes. And they're like walled cities, and they're just everywhere. It's just weird how, they don't talk about any of these things. So
what do you think? Why are they like that? Why are they shaped like that? Like, what are they?
They're like energy systems is what I believe. So haven't you ever looked at I used to always look at like a circuit board, and I would be like, how come it looks like a city?
Oh, I guess it does look like a city.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. So they talk about like star forts, and they talk about Autodidactic has a lot of stuff about earth energy stuff too. So they talk about he talks about all kinds of stuff.
Autodidactic?
Yeah.
He talks a lot about ancient civilizations, huh?
Yeah, but he talks about stuff now too, like electroculture. He talks about pyramid power. I guess like how pyramids they preserve food. So like back in the day, they used to put food under a pyramid instead of having it in the refrigerator, and it wouldn't go bad. But yeah, if you look at these star forts and stuff, they look like they were like energy systems or something. Like New York City Battery Park, it was like an actual battery. That's
what
called Battery Park.
Really?
Yeah. So, well, at one time, not now, because I think what happened is we had really, 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 really highly evolved, intelligent people, and then something bad happened. I don't know, like the Phoenix event or something. And then the people that were left here were left with this really cool tech, but they're using it for the wrong stuff. So like I don't know, like if I don't know, caveman were to see a phone and like think that it's like
a rock buster or something.
Yeah, I think that's like what we did with the cities when we found them or something.
We just like made them our town instead of like they were something.
Yeah, really like cathedrals, because like I think like because they talk about like how the windows and stuff, they're the shapes that the windows are. It's sacred geometry. Yeah. So like the frequencies when people are singing or whatever that goes through the window, it's like a healing. It creates a healing frequency.
Sacred geometry. So that's a big one.
Probably places of healing, I would think, and not places of like worshiping necessarily.
Healing. You're right. It was there for healing. I think it was. You know what? I think we should have a whole show on sacred geometry.
Oh, definitely, for sure. Because I'm telling you, when I get under your canopy thing, I'm telling you, it's so weird. So I've been working. It's hot here. It's like 115, and I've been working outside in the heat, and I don't have a shade or anything. So I've been using the canopy that she let me borrow. And when I first put it like halfway up, it's kind of like a pyramid, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And when I stand in the middle of it, I swear I feel weird. It feels like I feel like a weird buzz of like, I don't know.
Well, that's part of going through like a spiritual awakening, is that you are sensitive to all kinds of new things.
Yeah, I'm super am.
Yeah. Is that your next? So what else about autodidactic guy? Is he like, well, how does he get his information?
I don't know. He does a lot of research. He's connected to the other people I listen to too. Well, a couple of them, but he does. I don't know where they get from books, old books that are really, really hard to find. I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to this, so, but these guys have been around for a long time. So I think I'm pretty sure I'll do that.
All right. I'm gonna listen to him more.
Jason Bashir's he hasn't been around for as long, but his subs went from like, when I started watching him, he was at like 70,000, and now he's like way more than that.
I think that when things are needed to be heard, that I think that the universe lets them be heard.
Right. I like hearing stuff that isn't bullshit. Like, even if it's just theories, or even if it's like, hey, is this weird? At least we're talking about it, right? Because I'm so tired of hearing about how we're going to go to freaking the moon and shit. It's like, come on. Really?
I'm so tired of everything that they put out there to listen. Like anything that the news is saying, or anything that's happening in the mainstream world right now, it's ridiculous, and I can't even look at it, to be honest with you, because it just doesn't. It doesn't gel with any kind of reality. It's just really.
And can we all agree that there's probably really not anybody that does these studies where they're like, so studies have found that 50% of people that drink coffee in the morning have a purple turd by 3 o'clock.
Right. Those are like, how about the mental illness thing? They're just like slapping it on anything that goes around.
Gosh, right.
Anything that they don't want to hear, they're slapping it with calling it mental illness.
Right. I think that they keep calling it mental illness, when I think what's really happening is that life is just really, really hard, and like nobody's allowed to be a human.
Right.
Nobody's allowed to have feelings and
emotion. The world right now has been taught that emotions are wrong, when really the emotions are the gas in your tank. Emotions are your superpower.
Right.
They're your magic, but they make it that emotions is your downfall, and this is not true, people. Mm-hmm. This is not true. This is why we're here.
I'm so grateful that I have like the ability to feel. I'm so
some people have been so programmed that they can't even find it. They can't find it, and they want it. Maybe they don't want it. They don't even know they want it.
No, I think that's probably true for a lot of people. And but I guess if they don't know that, they're missing out on it.
Your emotions are what make you. Your emotions are part of you. Your emotions are your whole life, and nobody should think that they're wrong to feel their emotions.
Right.
So yeah, they are your superpower. They are your magic. Just know that your emotions are what you're here for. Without emotions, we wouldn't be the beings that we are.
Right. And we're here there's a reason behind why we're here. Even if we're here accidentally, we're still here with emotions. So we're supposed to use them for something.
Nobody's here accidentally.
Right. I know that. I know that. But I'm saying if you believe we're here accidentally, I would advise you to use if you are here accidentally, I would highly advise you to use whatever gifts you were given
to find out why.
To survive as long as you possibly can, because if you're here accidentally, you're probably not going to be here again for sure. And you don't know what anything is. And that's scary. Mm-hmm. And
don't give your power away by thinking you're here accidentally.
Right. Right. And if you do think you're here accidentally, then you better get your shit together before bam.
You better get your shit together. This just got violent.
I'm just kidding. That was sometimes I'm trying to find, or I try to be funny when things are. That's how
I love it. Sometimes I have friends that are like so awkward, like when you tell them something and they don't know what to do, and you're like, my aunt just died, and they're like,
right.
That cracks me up. Oh gosh. Anyways, so my next one is the WTF show. What's the fascination? That's from Mogollon Monster. He has the show where he puts together, it's just a show like ours. So he just opens the show, puts the link in the chat, and anybody can join in and talk about whatever you want anytime you want. And it's amazing because he's built a community and they all have become my friends. It's good. It's a really good thing. I think it's really, really important to have that sense of community that people have lost.
Right. I do too.
So that's why I love him and his show. And so that's why he made my list.
And it does. It feels like you know everybody. Like, you know, like their neighbors or something.
It's just a place where people can come and be people.
And it's neat to like know that like if for some reason you ever had to go to like a place,
that town, you'll know somebody
you
there.
like know somebody there, and like you know that they're not gonna like murder you or anything,
right?
Hopefully,
they might still murder you,
but your family can murder you too. So.
Right? People in the next room can murder you, so that doesn't count.
Right.
So this just became a murder show.
Right.
All right. So what's your next one?
So my I think this is my last one, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, so this is my last one, and this person doesn't realize it yet, but we're gonna be friends because I just have that feeling. I don't know. I'm weird like that. Sometimes I get feelings about people. So I have a feeling that Susie and we're gonna be friends with him for some reason because he feels very much like he vibes on the same frequency. So his name is Michael Zinn and his show is the Live Stream of Consciousness. Cool. I plan to reach out to him actually because we'd like to invite him on our show. So if you, so just know I'll be inviting you.
Yeah. That's cool. I like his show.
Yeah, the reason that I started watching his show actually is I was watching I was watching a Flat Earth Dave something. I think I was watching a Flat Earth Dave channel, and Michael then had Flat Earth Dave on his show, and I really liked how Michael then treated Flat Earth Dave and why he had him on the show, because he said he had him on the show because he saw, you know, a lot of people when they would have him on the show, they were just very like super like mean and like shot him down and.
Just because it was against whatever they were believing.
Right. And so he kind of wanted to provide like a forum where that didn't happen because everybody, you know, deserves to get to say whatever. Like, honest, I don't know what shape anything is. I just know what I can see and I know my experience and I know what makes sense in my brain. But I can't say that anything is for sure something. So I'm never going to discount or degrade anybody for talking in the way that he was like that. I was like, wow, it reminded me of me.
Yeah, that's the way you have to be. I think that's the way people should be too. Because what do you get out of, like, how does it serve you to shoot down what somebody else is saying?
Right. It doesn't.
It doesn't serve anybody. Why do people do that? It's bullshit.
And it's cool to like think about other people's, you know, where they're coming from. And like I said, if you shoot things down like that, then you're going to miss a whole bunch of things that could come by you that could potentially kind of change your life. And
because things are not brought into your awareness by accident. God puts those things in your awareness for a reason. Maybe you should look into it. If you hear something that you don't believe, maybe you should look into it and see what it's all about. I don't know. You know, everybody's on a different journey, but it's been my experience that nothing is by accident. So
right, and everything matters. Like, so if something is hitting you somewhere, like, don't discount it because people are telling you that you're just being whatever, or that, you know, stuff like that doesn't really happen. Or no,
everybody has their own experience, and believe in your experience, whatever you're experiencing, and stand in your power. Like, spread the word. Like, we're all here for a reason. Like, don't make yourself small. Stop playing small. Participate in your life in a way that you can be proud of and share your knowledge.
And like, we're also here to connect with each other. We're not here to do it on our own. We are all each other. So we're all the same. We're all from a single point of something. So like, you're me, I'm you.
We're all the same.
Yeah, and if we all treat, you know, each other like we're all an extension of ourselves, then
I am me.
Right. It's
I
like,
am me. I am you. I am me. We are you and me.
It's not that we need like more food or more money or like more jobs. No, we just need each other. literally, because you know what? People together can do freaking anything. I've seen so many people. I've seen some amazing things. People can pull together. People can do amazing things in, a short amount of times. People can. It's people. It's people. We need people. We don't need money. You can get a pile of money and you can throw that shit on the table and you can watch it sit there and it does nothing because you need people to do something with it. So it's all about the people. It shouldn't be about the money. Everybody's getting it all twisted, man. But Michael's in the live stream of consciousness. He like his guests. He has guests from like all over. I wanted to introduce him to you, Susie, because he's had a lot of guests on his show that come from the similar background of like hypnotherapy. And so I thought that, I don't know. I feel like for some reason, I feel like I'm supposed to connect you guys, or somehow he's going to be our friend. I don't know, but we look forward to meeting you, to introduce you, or to ask you to be on our show.
I have big things on the horizon, you guys. Like, I'm looking into becoming a keynote speaker because I do have a message and I know I've got to spread it, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm just going to go with the flow, and whatever I feel I need to do, I'm going to do it. And that's my jam.
And keep in mind that she has really helped me a lot. I have a lot of video that I've been taking of my newfound hobby and stuff. And I also plan to kind of put some, tell my story. I think we're going to have an episode where we do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll find out a little bit more about my story and how she has helped me. But I feel like I've made like a giant transformation.
You have. You're going through big transformation.
I was watching that video yesterday of me.
Yeah, that was like, weird.
That was only like 12 months ago.
That wasn't long ago. And look at the difference. Like, wow.
You were like, you didn't look like you talked.
Oh, that's what I was a lot. You can't even talk.
Oh,
that's
man.
Cool.
Yeah. Dude, I feel so much better. I was going to do a cartwheel today, and then I was afraid that my daughter would see me out the window and she'd be all, Mom, what are you doing?
You know what? You can probably still do it. I can still do one, but I'm going to suggest that you don't. Because I did one the other, like, not long ago. I did one. And the next day, like, it feels like my whole body was.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not going to just do it.
Yeah.
No one's going to get me prepped because I'm going to stretch and I'm going to slowly work my way up to a front walkover. I swear I can see.
I'm sure you can still do it.
I can see myself doing it.
This girl used to walk on her hands. This girl used to be like climb up the walls with her hands and feet.
I did. I was a gymnast, and I used to like just tumble down the football field. They used to threaten to beat me up a lot.
Who did?
That? I'm afraid to say.
Oh, no. Who did? Tell me who.
Annette.
Oh, well, because you were so like.
People thought I was showing off, but it wasn't that I was showing off. It's just
because you had a talent.
It wasn't even that. Okay, so like gymnasts will understand what I mean, but there is something that is so freeing about flying through the air. And like if I literally, if I didn't want to walk, I didn't have to walk somewhere. I could just like flip
and you would
and aerial and like round up, and I was like boing, 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 boing. And I mean, I started doing gymnastics when I was 4, and I trained every day for like 4 hours a day. Like
you trained with the Olympic trainers.
Yeah, well, I just went to the camp.
That was a big deal, though.
Yeah,
that was a big deal. Like, I hadn't talked to you in like 40 years, and I'm all 40 years. I haven't talked to you in like 20 years, and I watched that one movie about all that shit that went down with the gymnasts and that crazy dog.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that's when she was there.
Oh,
and I was like telling my husband, like, oh my god, I gotta call her and ask her what happened to her.
Oh yeah, no, nothing happened to me. I just remember that somebody took an award that was mine. That kind of sucked.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Was that doctor there when you were there?
I don't know.
He's a perv.
I don't remember. I remember jumping on the bed. I remember I liked the airplane ride. I remember the cereal. And
you were little.
I remember that another girl took one of my awards, and I got an award for something I can't remember. I think I was 10 when we went. But yeah, my gymnastics ran in my family. My aunt, she was second in the world when my Aunt Renee.
Really?
Yeah. When she was 16.
How cute.
Yeah, she was good. Yeah, so I could, I'm going to try to walk on or do a front walkover because I want to do a TikTok video where like me and Susie go somewhere and then all of a sudden I just do a front walkover and people think it will be like, whoa, because I'm old.
Dude, that'll be cool when it's not so freaking hot, when it's not 119 degrees out.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. My hands will all melt.
Yeah, we'll go on locations when we're when it's not so hot.
Yeah, we are gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so my next one is I wanted to mention Joe Rogan show.
Okay.
I like to watch
I
Joe
like Joe Rogan.
I like it because he's cool, he's really open-minded, and he has all kinds of different people on his show, and all of his shows are interesting.
Yeah.
There hasn't been one that I don't like, and I like it because I like the comedians, and I really like Theo Vaughn and Matt Rife. And so I watch that when I want to lift things up a little bit. I always listen to meditations, and I also listen to one of the tarot readers. I'm a tarot reader, and so I listen to one of the tarot readers that resonates with me, and her name is JJ Constellation. So
she's ruined it for me. I can't listen to. I don't know.
You can't do what?
It's hard for me to listen to anybody else do like readings or anything because, I don't know. Just because I don't know. Because I know that you're not. I mean, I know that you're for real. I guess I just haven't heard anybody else.
Well, you know, there's so many out there, and then there needs to be a lot out there because not everybody's going to resonate with the same kind of reading. So it's good. I don't mind that there's a lot of tarot readers. I don't think it's a competition or anything.
Oh, no, not at all.
So like, I'm cool with it.
I don't know. It's just weird.
I just love her. I don't know where she's located, but every time she does a reading, I can really relate to it. So I really love listening to the way she reads. And plus, like, it's better sometimes to have somebody else read your cards than to read your own sometimes. So I don't know. Everybody's to each its own.
Well, yeah, you need someone to read yours.
To each its own.
I got you to read mine, and I feel like I'm afraid to have anybody else do it.
Yeah, it's better sometimes it's better to have somebody else read your cards because, well, sometimes we have a tend to like want to change the meaning if we don't feel like that's,
Right.
So anyway. So I wanted to mention this. If anybody wants to come on our show and tell your story, any of our friends, anybody we grew up with, anybody we know, please reach out.
Yeah, and even if we don't know you, please.
Yeah,
reach out. We super love to find out about people. We'd love to meet new people.
That's what we're here for. We want to know how we all relate to each other. Because your story
matters.
Could be somebody's aha moment. Could change somebody's life. So it's important. So that's why I want to do that. And so that's our jam. And
never like discount like something too, because literally you never know what little tiny thing that you could say, like she said, that could be somebody's like aha moment.
It could change somebody's whole life. Could save somebody's life. Who knows?
Right.
So also, if anybody has any ideas or you want us to do something certain on our show, talk about a certain subject, also reach out. So you can reach us AuthenticHappinessShow@gmail.com.
Also, I'd like to see if anybody knows of anybody, or if anybody would want to come on the show and talk about dreams. I am in search of a person who dreams like I do, because I can't find, I don't know. I just want to know
what she's talking about. So I do dream interpretation. That's not what she's talking about. She's talking about things that she does in her dreams. She wants to know who else, if anybody else experiences what she experiences. And one of the things is flying, right?
Flying, yeah.
She flies in her dreams. So I've come to find out that a lot of people fly in their dreams. Do you fly in your dreams? Let us know. Put a comment. Please leave a comment. Let us know.
And if you do fly, how? I want to know how you fly. And can you get better at it? Can you change how you do it?
Why? Have you changed how you do it?
Yes, because I've gotten better at it and more intentional about it.
And how do you fly?
Like when I first started flying, it was like I used to do it like I was swimming, kind of. I would go like that, like I would push down and
like Willy Wonka when they're in that, like where they burp a lot.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
But then, but now I don't have to do that.
So now is it more like I just go up, like Iron Man or like Superman?
Like Superman, not fast.
Oh, not fast.
No, it's not fast. It's controlled.
Like a jetpack.
Like there's a show called what's it called? Raised by Wolves. I think it was on HBO or something.
I'll have to check
about
that out.
An alien show, and she, the female android, they call her mother. Like how she raises it, how she flies, how she like that.
Cool.
That's the only thing I can think of.
So I do not fly in my dreams.
You don't? You've never flown?
I don't fly in my
really?
dreams.
That's so weird.
I don't believe I'm on the same journey as Jara, but I do believe we're soul family. But
I rescue people when I fly. I rescued a little boy from that was kidnapped once.
Really?
When I was flying. Yep.
That's cool, dude. You probably really did.
I want to know why I remember my dreams for so long. Is that normal?
No, that's not
My
normal.
dreams are like memories.
That is not normal. So when you remember your dreams, that means it's a message.
Like I remember dreams from when I was like 5.
That's really different, dude. That is not the way the brain works. So I think there's something there. There's something about that you should look into. Everything is for a reason, you guys. Nothing's certain way for no reason.
I feel like too lately I keep having that feeling like I keep getting that familiar feeling that I have while I'm in my dream. So that tells me that
Like a
something.
deja vu feeling?
Yeah, so I think that a lot of the dreams that I was having, I think I was dreaming about stuff that's gonna happen actually.
Yeah, I think so who believes in
I think
astral
there's gonna be
projection? So I think some people say that we go somewhere in our dream when we're asleep.
I think I go somewhere. I know I go somewhere because I've actually been like a spirit before where I've actually been a spirit before where I was
What would
watching
you?
my family and like they couldn't see me.
I believe that.
But I've been a spirit before where these kids could see me and the dog was barking at me and it was like cool and I was like talking to them. I was all, you can see me.
Well, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience.
Yeah, and it's so real. And then I've had dreams too where when I looked in the mirror, it wasn't me.
Ooh, that's cool. I can never find a mirror when I'm having a weird dream like that.
I've had that's happened several times. It was a woman, it wasn't me, but it was me, but she didn't look like me.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah. And then I've been dreaming in a dream and tried to find something in the dream to like somehow connect to this world. So like when I don't know what I was doing.
Have you found something?
I don't know how that would even work, but I know that in my dream that was what I was doing. I was like
you were looking for a newspaper or
I was trying to find something that would I don't like somehow connect like me. It was weird.
Oh, that's cool.
It was so weird.
So I do something called past life regression hypnotherapy. And this is where I take you through to see what your past lives you've lived were. And this is really helpful and really healing because it helps you understand why you are the way you are today, because we take with us, if you believe in that.
Why couldn't you use that and apply that, that like outline, if you will, to dreams? Like instead of taking you through past lives, could you take me through?
I probably could. We could try it if you want. In a minute.
Because I promise you, there's real information in my dreams.
It'd be sort of like a regression therapy, so I guess that would work. I could do it.
I know there's like real information in my dream. I know it.
I'm confident we can do something about it.
Because like sometimes like it's so detailed that it's like I swear when I wake up, it's like a movie plot worth of information in my brain, and then I lose it.
We'll try it, okay?
Okay.
So I just wanted to let you guys know, we all know that I'm a hypnotherapist. I have my own practice. It's called Awakening Hearts 333. So if anybody's suffering with depression, anxiety, if anybody wants to make a positive change, if anybody wants to quit drinking, quit smoking, quit doing drugs, if anybody wants more confidence, self-esteem, please
want to do more drugs.
You can call me for that too. No. No. Okay, let's not go there.
Sorry.
So yeah. So yes. What else do I do? I do other stuff too. Spiritual stuff like chakra attunement, past lives regression.
She also makes bomb ass wishing wells.
I make art stuff and jewelry, whatever. That's my key to mental health is keeping my hands busy and doing stuff like that. So pretty much most of the stuff you see back there is something that I made. Even my diplomas and my certificates and my all of that. Yeah, I painted that.
Yep.
And that's my latest thing, that little house thing.
It's so good, you guys. Like that doesn't do it justice.
It's cool. It's super cute. So it was really fun to do too.
And her husband made it the wood part.
And so, yes, please call me, check out my website, reach out to me any way you can. So you can go to my website at awakeninghearts333.com to learn more about me and my services. Please reach out because I would love to help.
And we are going to have a show on we're going to talk about our own stories, our personal stories.
Yeah.
We're going to have a show where we talk about empaths.
Do you have anything? Oh, look, I didn't see these comments.
Oh, my bad. We weren't looking at.
Dang it.
But
Oh,
Susie-
it was. It
Oh,
was
hi
in-
guys.
And Joey, DL Joey. I remember him from something.
Oh, hi
So,
everybody.
hello, everybody
Sorry
who came in.
guys.
Yeah, sorry
Yeah,
we didn't see
you. But you know why? Because Susie was all. She was all like, "Don't look at the comments."
Oh, let's see. They did. They did.
Hi,
I didn't
guys.
know that.
Oh.
They should have a thing when it's on full screen that you can see that somebody did that.
Oh, it's DL Joey.
Is that the one that?
Yeah.
Okay. So awesome. All right. Well, so that's the show tonight, guys. Please tune in next Thursday. And like I said, reach out
Yes.
and feel free to join in the show. Anybody, whoever you
And
are.
please go and visit all of the shows that we talked about.
Check them out.
Check them out. They're all awesome. Yeah. And subscribe to them. Subscribe to us.
Thank you for hanging out with us and joining us. Do you have anything else? Is there something funny that happened to you this week?
Something funny happens to me
Every day?
all the time. Yep.
Nothing funny happened to me. I don't have anything to tell.
Yeah, not anything in particular.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot, but yeah. All right. Well, we try to save some funny stuff to talk to you guys about.
Yeah.
And everybody have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time.